In this video, I will show how to use some calculated summary statistics to make a graph of the means and standard errors of some data. So I've already used Excel to calculate mean, standard deviation, standard error, both using formulas and then also using the data analysis add-in. And that's how I got this box. So I just want to copy my control and experimental means. So first I'll copy my labels and I will paste them over here. And then I will copy the means. Here's the control mean. So I will copy this and paste it under control. And then I will copy my experimental mean and paste it under experimental. And now I am ready to make a graph. So I'm just going to move my window over, and I'm just going to select these four cells, the control and the experimental and those calculated means. I'm going to go to Insert, and I'm going to insert a column graph, and it's a 2D column just like this. And so now Excel has graphed this these means. Okay, so now I want to add a y-axis label, and in this case my data are chlorophyll levels. So I will click on this little green plus, and I will put in an axis title, and I want the vertical one. And so I'll check that box, and then I can go ahead and type in my axis title, which is chlorophyll level. And so now I have a y-axis label. I don't really need an x-axis label because I already have labeled, Excel has already labeled these two bars with control and experimental. But I do want to put in some error bars, and I want to use the error bars that I have calculated. So I'm going to make another little, I'm going to copy those error bar or those standard errors over here underneath my control and experimental. So the standard error for the control is 3.11, so I'll copy that, paste it over here, and I will copy my control standard error and paste it over here. Just to make sure I don't get confused, I will label these. And now I know what they are. So I want to use these calculated standard errors and put them in as error bars on my graph. So the way you do that is, again, click on the graph, click on the little plus, and this time we're going to choose error bars. But I'm not just going to check this box. I'm going to click on this little arrow, and I'm not going to choose standard error. Instead, I want to put in the standard errors that I've calculated. So I'm going to click on More Options, and I will scroll down and choose Custom. I will specify the value, and then I get this dialog asking me to enter the positive error bar, the positive error value. So that's the value of, that's the amount of error that's above the bar, the positive error. So I'm going to click on this little box. I'm going to select both my control and experimental standard errors. Click on that box again, and I'm going to choose the same numbers for the negative, because that'll be what's below the bar. So I'm going to have an error bar that's above and below the column that's in my graph. And then I'm going to click on OK. And now you can see that Excel has calculated and entered these error bars, and you can check the height of these error bars and match it and make sure that it looks like it's entered correctly. And you'll see that the error bar for the control is a little bit shorter than the error bar for the experimental. Last thing I'm going to do with this graph is I'm going to remove the chart title, because instead of using a chart title, I will write a descriptive figure label. And that's how to use Excel to make a graph.